Hey everybody, it's Icarus here. I'm pretty sure everybody by now has heard of the results of our ill-fated election. Um, I don't need to go into that because, like I said, everybody's heard of it. They've got their own thoughts on it. But I want to make a video specifically to address the minorities, the ones who are going to suffer the most during this presidency. And because I'm a part of the community myself, granted, the specific examples I give will be related to the LGBT community. That does not mean that the people of color or the women or the disabled folk who are going to suffer are any less important. It just means that I personally can only speak for the LGBT community and not anybody else. You know the struggles you face. Just apply it to whatever I'm saying in this video that sounds too specific towards the LGBT community. So yeah, I'm just as upset as everybody else. Trust me, I'm pretty sure everybody knows I'm just as upset as everyone else. But what I wanted to remind you guys of is that, yeah, we are going to have one hellish presidential term ahead of us, if not two. That's a very high possibility that there may be two presidential terms with this demon spawn as our president. And what I want to remind all of you is that you are allowed, you are allowed to feel afraid. You are allowed to protest. You are allowed to be upset about this. You're allowed to be heartbroken about this. And anybody who tries to invalidate what you are going through, they're wrong. Don't let them do that. You have every right to be upset. I have every right to be upset, and if somebody doesn't understand, they're either one hell of an optimist, or they're not going to be the ones suffering. So, most importantly, don't invalidate your own feelings, and don't let anybody invalidate them either. And two, come here. Don't know if you can see this, but that's my backyard. I woke up this morning and the sun rose, and there were birds outside, and the sky was almost ironically blue, and my cat was next to me on my pillow, and I logged onto Facebook, and I checked on the groups that I was in, and I saw this overwhelming just love and support, and that's the most important thing about this whole entire disaster. The LGBT community in specific, and every other marginalized group has faced their own struggles, but the LGBT community in specific, we have been through so much. We went through the AIDS crisis, we went through the Stonewall riots, we fought so hard to get the right to marry, and the key thing there is, it brings me to my third point, what did we do with that right to marry fight that we went through? We won, didn't we? What I'm trying to say is, you all know why Trump is currently president? People are going after us for being afraid. Thing is, Trump was elected because they're afraid. And who are they afraid of? They are afraid of the oppressed groups that Trump is going to cause pain toward. They are afraid of us. They are afraid of Latinos. They are afraid of immigrants. They are afraid of the LGBT community. They are afraid of us. That is why Trump is president, is because they're afraid of us. And that's an important point because it's just a reminder that they are afraid of us because we get things done and we usually end up winning in the end. That's just something I wanted you all to remember, is because we're going to be okay. And I know this because we've always been okay. That is why Trump is president now. People don't like us being okay. The point is, though, we're going to be okay. We are going to keep fighting, and we're going to be all right. And I know I can't believe that right now, and I'm not invalidating your feelings or your fears by saying that. I'm just saying that in history, we've always been okay, and we will continue to be okay, and that's a great thing. Like I said, we've been through a lot, and we always come out in the end on top. And that's something important to remember. The reason Trump is in office, well, people are afraid of us, and that's because we win. And that sounds so dumb, but I just wanted to remind you that we're going to get through this. I need the reminder that for decades we've been beaten down and we've always gotten back up. We've always ended up coming out the victor in the fight, or at the very least survived the fight and gone on to cause trouble for another day. And that's the point. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine, I promise. And one last thing before I go is that the one thing that I've seen so much over the course of the last few days is just this outpouring of love from the marginalized communities. We're sticking together. We're protecting each other. People have been checking up on me. People have offered to, buy me things to help cope with this. I've been offering my friends who are people of color. I've been offering coworkers who are people of color. I've been offering everybody support as best I possibly can, despite the fact I'm struggling. I'm willing to drive people wherever they need to go if they feel unsafe. I'm willing to stand there and be by their side if they feel uncomfortable. The point is that we're banding together again because we notice that there's a threat, and those of us who notice there are a threat are banding together to make sure we're all okay. And it might feel like we're alone, and I know that you feel betrayed because this entire country, there were enough people voting against our rights and our happiness to get this moron elected president. There are people out there that hate us, I know that. But the thing is, we're together. And we're going to be fine because we're there for each other and we're going to have each other's backs. And we're going to come out in the end on top again. It's just a matter of time and it's a matter of patience, and that's not exactly a fun thing. I'm not exactly the most patient person either, but the point is we're together, we're going to be okay, and I want all of you to take the time you need to grieve, but in the end, I want you to go out and I want you to find people who are suffering and who will be suffering, and I want you to offer them support. Because in the next 4 years or 8 years, God forbid it comes to that, we're going to need each other. And I'm already seeing us being there for each other, and that's a great thing. I love you all so, so much, and if anybody needs a bodyguard figure or a big brother figure, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here if you need me, and the rest of the community is here if you need them, and we're gonna be fine because we always are. No matter how many people hate us, no matter how many people try to beat us down, we're gonna be fine. And that's about what I wanted to say, and I just want to leave you with the fact that if you're a person who's afraid of this election, I love you, I'm here for you, and if you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm right here. I'm always around. If I'm not around, it's because I'm at work, but otherwise I'm always here. I care about you. You are all so amazing and so brave and so strong, and together we are going to get through this. I promise. Now, I'm going to go and I'm going to take care of some things that I have to do, and I'm going to see you all later, and just remember, we're not alone, and we're going to get through this because we always have. And in the end, that's what really matters. I love you all, stay safe, and this is Icarus signing out.